Hi, let's play with some cards. So, as I'm getting this live stream set up, give me just a second to make sure I have um, everything done correctly the way that I need it. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to do a quick all signs reading. And then I just set up a Hypsy page so that I could interact with people during these live readings. And I only had one person actually sign up for the free reading. So at the end, after I do the all signs, we're going to go ahead and get into the free reading. So let's get started because I don't want this video to last too long. Actually, what we're going to do, I think, let me get the cards shuffled real quick. We're going to start with Aries, work our way through to Pisces. And so if you like these videos and you want to be able to join me next time for a free reading, hi. I do see the comments this time, so let me respond to you. I don't know if you want me to say your name out loud or not, just because you're getting the reading at the end. So I know for privacy purposes, I'm not going to. But so anyway, what we're going to do when we're doing all signs real quick is we want to get a couple of my new astrology cards. This is one of the reasons that I wanted to come in and do these readings, because I got some new decks. So we're going to get a couple of these astrology cards for each sign, and what that's going to tell us is who are the people that you're going to be dealing with. And we're going to say that the time period for each of these readings is the month following when you see this. So we'll get 3 of these astrology cards for each sign, who are the people that you're dealing with this month, and then we'll get an affirmation card. Right now we're working on the reading for Aries. Also, if you don't know anything about me or the types of readings that I do, like if you're new to me, then what I do is music is always a part of my readings. And so I have some headphones in right now, and there are certain songs, like if they catch my attention, I will call them out. And right now we have the song Lonely Road, which is from MGK and Jelly Roll. Okay, so the 3 people that Aries is going to be dealing with this month, we have the Cancer boss, the Taurus lover, and the Aquarius friend. Now, that does not necessarily mean that this particular sign is going to be the sign of the person or people that you're dealing with. It just means that the aspects of this particular or what it says on these cards, these are the aspects of the person that you're dealing with. So their strengths are going to be, for the Cancer boss, that they're low-key, easy to deal with, and enthusiastic. Their weaknesses are that they're overly demanding, expectant, and particular. And their interactive style is persuasive, emotive, and empathetic. Then we have the Taurus lover, which is someone who is sexual, expressive, and honest. Their weaknesses are that they are insensitive, unsympathetic, and overly possessive. And their interactive style is they are frank, unambiguous, and upfront. And then we have the Aquarius friend. Okay, so this says they are idealistic, universal, and spontaneous. Their weaknesses are that they are bizarre, unreliable, and uncertain, and their interactive style is abstract, objective, and cool. Okay, so I want to be able to have enough space here. Let's get an affirmation card. Actually, I feel like it's this one. So it says, today I will forgive. Today I will forgive any past mistakes I have made and love myself unconditionally. And we have the song Human Radio from Shinedown. All right, let's see what the tarot has to say. So these are going to be really quick readings. We're just going to get a couple of cards. feels like it's this right here. And this one wanted to come out. So this one's a little bit separate. Five of Pentacles. It kind of feels like it's like the overall energy, feeling like maybe there's a little bit of a lack, or you're feeling left out in some way, shape, or form. And then we have the Chariot, the Sun, the Ten of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. So there's definitely a victory here. And then we have the Eight of Swords. So something that you felt stuck in before, you're no longer stuck in. There's definitely a victory. You know exactly which way you're going now. There's clarity over whatever this burden was that you've been carrying, right? You need to say something to someone. It's not going to be an easy conversation. More than likely, it's not going to cause a fight, or at least you don't want to start a fight, because the sword is pointing downward, right? Like you're done fighting. But there is something that you need to say to someone that's not going to be easy. And it has to do with lack or money, or being left out in some way, shape, or form. But again, just based on you have two major arcana here, right? So this is like a big decision that you've had to make in regards to which direction that you're headed because of the Chariot. There's like an inner compass with the Chariot. And so now that you've decided exactly where you're going, you've got this inner compass set, you've got this clarity, you understand what the burden is. Now you need to have this conversation. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let's do one really quick, since we already know who the people are. We already know that you're feeling a little bit guilty about whatever this conversation is that you have. Or this conversation is that you have to have. Let's see what this Five of Pentacles, or what this lack is about. So we'll go ahead and get another card from a different deck. The Seven of Swords. So there's with the Seven of Swords and the Magician. Okay. All right. So I was going to say with the Seven of Swords, sometimes it can talk about baggage, like you're carrying baggage, right? Or you're trying to carry too much. You can't carry the entire load yourself. And particularly when you have the Ten of Wands here, it's kind of like a confirmation of that message. You're trying to carry too much. You're trying to do too much with the Magician next to it. You were lying to yourself about what you are able to do and what you're not able to do. And so now because of that, I think over here, that's where this lack is coming in, right? There's this feeling of either being left out or being rejected, or like, I don't have enough in some way. And more than likely, you don't have enough stamina, you don't have enough resources, you don't have enough of something to continue doing whatever it is that you're doing. You feel guilty about having to have this conversation, but you shouldn't. That's what Spirit is saying to you. Like, you definitely shouldn't feel guilty because you've been carrying too much of a load. And then look, the moon on the bottom of this deck now looks very happy. Like now you're able to sleep better once you have this conversation. So we're going to go ahead and leave it here for Aries, and we'll move on to Taurus. All right, Taurus. So this is going to be the three people that you're dealing with this month. And it can be, whether it's just talking about this month that we're currently in, or a month from the time that you see this video. Look at these three right here. How interesting. You've got three of them. All right. So we have the Leo friend, the Aries boss, and the Cancer boss. Interesting. So like I was saying to Aries, that doesn't necessarily mean that these astrological signs will be the signs of the people that you're dealing with. It just means that these attributes will be, the attributes that those people have. So for the Leo friend, we have someone who's loyal, devoted, and supportive. Their weaknesses are that they're distracted, forgetful, and imprudent. And then their interactive style is available, open, and breezy. For the Aries boss, this is going to be a person who is inspiring, dynamic, and trailblazing. Their weaknesses are that they are unheeding, stressed, and unaware, and their interactive style is confrontational, commanding, and blunt. And then for the Cancer boss, we have someone who is low key, easy, and enthusiastic. Their weaknesses are that they are over demanding, expectant, and particular, and their interactive style is persuasive, emotive, and empathetic. Okay. Make sure we have enough room. Let's get a affirmation card. And we have the song Play On from Carrie Underwood. So when I call out the songs, it doesn't necessarily mean that the entire song is going to pertain to your situation. It could just be, the title, the artist, the chorus, a certain lyric. You have to look it up and see how it pertains. It says, today I will not give in. Today I will not allow negative thoughts or feelings to prevent me from achieving happiness. Interesting, especially with this song in the background. Let's see what's going on. So we have the King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. This is the bottom. Everything that's on the bottom of the deck is all about like the foundation of the situation. And so with the King of Pentacles down here, it's literally talking about some sort of security or responsibility, maybe a responsibility that's coming to an end with the Death card underneath it. And then you have some sort of choice that you need to make. And whatever that choice is, you have to defend it with the Seven of Pentacles, or that could be something that you've had to do recently. Because again, this is like the foundation of the situation. Okay. So now we have the Ace of Wands with two major arcana. So major arcana talk about major situations. This is something that's going to be really big, especially with the Judgment card sitting here in the center. Right now you're ascending in some way, shape, or form, whether that's through, you're finally understanding something. And so now because of that, like there's like that higher understanding, that's how you've ascended. Or maybe you're graduating in some way, you're being promoted in some way. With the Ace of Wands, this is like a new idea, something that's new, passionate, and exciting. And this is in the recent past here, but in the immediate future, you have the Moon. And so the Moon can talk about worry, right? Fear, sleepless nights, but it's an illusion. Like once the sun comes out, then clarity comes in. And so if you are feeling a little bit of fear or anxiety about what's coming next, that is a message for you. Like, don't worry. The sun always comes in, but let's go ahead and get some clarification on that specific card. Actually, I want clarification on both the Judgment and the Moon. Like, how are you ascending, or what is the area? Actually, let's do another one. Interesting. 10 of Cups with the Hierophant. And the song that's in the background right now is Bless This Broken Road from Rascal Flatts. And so when you have the 10 of Cups and the Hierophant together, like this is like a relationship. This is a some sort of partnership that's like a marriage, a relationship, something like that in some way. So because you've got the that came out over the judgment card, right? So maybe you're stepping or you're coming into relationship with someone who's going to help you ascend in some way. Um, but more likely, this is like an understanding of what you need and who you are in relationship, particularly. Yeah, because look, you've got the Hermit card on the bottom of the deck, and and the Four of Wands. I was kind of holding it in just like this with my finger separating it. I don't really know why. But yeah, so those are the two cards. And the Hermit card is all about going deep within, doing a lot of inner soul searching, right? And then you've got the Ten of Pentacles talking, and this is a card of like long-term legacy. What is it that you want in the future? With the Sun, clarity again. So that just confirms what I thought here is this is clarity of what you want in relationship. And then we started with the King of Pentacles, and now we have the Queen of Pentacles here. So this is like some type of partnership. And, if you're already married, then that doesn't, it doesn't necessarily mean this is going to be a romantic partnership. Maybe this is a family or a friendship type of situation, right? This could even be a work situation where you're coming into partnership with someone else and it feels like a family, right? Also, the Hierophant is about wisdom. You see the way he's got his hands folded and he's wearing a priest's collar there. So it's like spiritual wisdom. Especially because there's the little message bubble there and someone's giving a message of love out, sending a message of love out. So, maybe you're sharing what you've learned with other people in some way, especially because of the Hermit card on the bottom of this deck. But whatever this is, this next step for you, whether it's a promotion, a new business partnership, some sort of understanding within a relationship or a new relationship itself, it's, you don't really need to be worried too much over here. I meant to get cards to see like what is it that you're worried about, but I already kind of know. Look at Nine of Swords is more card of worry, depression, sadness. You're worried that it's going to go wrong. Something's going to come in and take it from you. And then look at, you've got the Star on the bottom of the deck. And the Star is all about healing with Temperance. And then the Page of Cups and the Six of Wands. Look at all positive cards on the bottom of the deck. Justice and then Judgment. All about like balance, right? This is the Page of Cups is a message of love. Recognition with the Six of Wands. Actual, something tangible coming your way. Something... Again, Two of Pentacles is a card of like juggling, like you still need to balance things with the Two of Pentacles, but then you've got Justice and Judgment, 222. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and leave that there. Twos, because they came through a lot, twos have to do with partnership, collaboration, two people coming together, two things coming together in some way, shape, or form. So let's go ahead and end that here for Taurus, and we'll move on to Gemini. All right, Gemini, let's see who the three people are that you'll be working with this month, or that you'll be dealing with this month, I should say. Okay, this one wanted to come out, so we'll take that. So we have this song from the Eagles, Tequila Sunrise. Take it however it resonates for your situation. God, you might have four people because that one wanted to come out too. All right, so we have the Gemini boss, the Pisces friend, the Aquarius boss, and the Aries boss. Oh, interesting that at the beginning I was like, who are you working with? And then I was like, oh, dealing with. So I wonder if you really are working with, that there's something happening at work for not Pisces, for Gemini this month. So the Gemini boss is someone who's lively, communicative, interesting. Their weaknesses are that they're distracted, superficial, and nervous, and their interactive style is forward, adaptable, and logical. So for the Pisces friend, we have someone who is giving, sharing, and generous. Their weaknesses are that they are time-consuming, over-emotional, and a spendthrift. And their interactive style is interesting, selective, and devoted. For the Aquarius boss, this is someone who is quick, bright, and open. Their weakness is that they are impatient, erratic, and elusive, and the interactive style is immediate, unpredictable, and ungovernable. For the Aries boss, this is someone who's going to be inspiring, dynamic, and trailblazing. Their weakness is that they are unheeding, stressed, and unaware, and their interactive style is confrontational, commanding, and blunt. So again, that doesn't necessarily mean that these are the exact signs of the people that you're working with or dealing with this month. It just means that they will have these traits. So let's go ahead and get you a affirmation. Oh, it's right there. I can see it right there. All right, it says, today I feel healthy. Today my mind is clear, my body is healthy, and my soul is at peace. You have the Six of Cups on the bottom of the deck. There could be some reminiscing about the good old days or something to that effect. What's this? We got 1, 2. There it is right there. Oh, interesting. I like that you have the sun on this side. So we're starting out with some inner turmoil on what you need to do, which direction to go, or there's something going on inside where there's a lot of inner turmoil. Because like the Chariot, typically in traditional tarot, you'll see 2 lions or 2 horses going in opposite directions, and that what that typically means is that inside you're being pulled in 2 different directions, right? But with this deck, there are no lions, there's no horses, but he is getting ready to take his shot, right? The bow and arrow are poised. He's aiming. He's getting ready to take a shot. And I got to be honest, this actually feels like Sagittarius energy to me, even though this card is a card of like Cancer energy specifically. Anyway, so there's some inner turmoil about what to do. It could be about another person because this is a court card here. If it's not about another person, it's about something you're trying to build, because that's typically one of the traits of the Queen of Pentacles as a court card. This is going to be someone who is creative and wants to build. They're also nurturing, fertile, right? Like it's feminine energy, Taurus energy. Doesn't have to be though. And then with the sun, you have like joy and clarity coming in, right? So I don't know, this kind of feels like maybe, and then here we have the 7 of Pentacles. This is planting a seed and watching it grow. Look at with the Empress. So Taurus energy twice here. Building something. Taking a leadership role in something because of the Empress card. But more than likely, this is expressing how you feel about something because of the Knight of Cups with the King of Swords. Literally, how you feel and what it is, what your strategy is, what your ideas are. You don't want to fight anymore. The sword is down. And then look at, there's like heartbreak attached to this as well, the Three of Swords, but there's also healing, because the Three of Swords then leads to the Four of Swords, which is like a break. You go in and you heal yourself. And then the Two of Cups is coming together, talking in some way. Very interesting. So that tells me this is definitely about you and someone else, working with them in some way to build something. And because of this Two of Cups here, right, like seeing eye to eye in some way, looking to build some sort of legacy, right? Because that's what this is a card of wealth. And then you're like standing your ground as well. This is what I believe. This is why I believe it. You know, you're like, this is my position, and here's why. With that card, Page of Swords is like a card of honesty, and then the Ten of Swords, which is like, I'm done. You know, literally, he's been stabbed 10 times. He's dead, done, over. I'm done, right? But anyway, so you're trying to work together with someone, probably at work, to build something so that you both can have this wealth here, like so that you both can earn money here with the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so we're going to leave that there for Gemini. We do have the song Rump Shaker from Rex and Effect. So let's go ahead and move on to Cancer. So I can't see, well, I can see comments on YouTube only. I can't, if there's anybody that's commenting on Facebook, just so you know, I can't see any comments there. If you want to interact with me, you've got to go onto YouTube to my channel there to do it. Well, I don't know if you can still go to my Hypesy page if you want a free yes or no question answered, but as of right now, I can only see comments on YouTube. So, all right, Cancer, let's see who the 3 people are that you're working with this month. We have one of them right there, one right there, and one right there. So we have the Aries lover, the Scorpio friend, and the Capricorn lover. So the Aries lover is dedicated, ardent, and intense. Their weaknesses are that they are unrealistic, overly demanding, and heedless, and their interactive style is committed, idealistic, and positive. The Scorpio friend is selective, fun, and celebratory. Their weaknesses are that they are testy, emotionally, what is that word? Hold up. Emotionally labile. I don't know what that word is. Labile. I don't know what that means. Moody is the next word. Their interactive style is forceful, thought-provoking, and intense. And then the Capricorn lover is sexual, discreet, and enduring. Their weaknesses are that they are insensitive, overly demanding, and selfish. And their interactive style is matter-of-fact, literal, and earthy. Okay, let's get an affirmation. It says, today I am receptive. Today I will let go of the past. I will live in the present, and I am looking forward to a bright future. Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Is there something you want to say to someone? Or maybe something you need to say to someone, but it's not going to be easy. And interesting. So the song that just came on is Dirty from Jessie Murph. Oh, and Teddy Swims. Sorry. Jessie Murph and Teddy Swims. Go ahead. Okay, so we have the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. As you can see, either you're offering someone something or someone's offering you something. But because we do have the Chariot and the Hierophant underneath that, I think you're offering someone wisdom, like your expertise or your wisdom in terms of something, right? More than likely, this is someone younger than you because the Page of Pentacles. It could be someone you're working with, right? And you feel very emotional about this in some way. Maybe you gave them wisdom and they might have used it in some way. Like, look at the Knight of Wands to the Hanged Man. Okay, to the Nine of Cups. So the Knight of Wands is a card of someone who's a little bit unreliable, right? Not always, but they're in and out, in and out. They don't stay in one place for long. So if this is about love, then that's someone who's unreliable. It can be the same way about work as well, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so some sort of offer of wisdom that you're giving to someone, right? We've got the Six of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, and then the Three of Cups. All very positive. This is about moving on to something better, calmer waters, right? A better life in some way. This was in the past. You did that, right? Right now, where you're at is kind of like on pause because of the Seven of Pentacles. It's saying that things haven't matured yet, or your ideas or the seeds that you've planted haven't matured yet. So whatever this wisdom is that you've passed on to this younger person here, that was like heartfelt wisdom about some sort of strategy or plan, right? Anyway, some strategy or plan to move on to a better life, right? The seed hasn't taken root yet. But there is something like, so the Three of Cups here, this is a card of like celebration, right? Like you're getting together with your friends, having time out with your friends, or having a good time. In some way, it's like going out for a night on the town. So I feel like what it's saying, because it's on this side, is it's like giving you advice because you're on pause. Like there's some sort of you have to wait for things to mature, right? So why not enjoy yourself right now is what it's saying to me. I don't even feel like we really need any clarifiers, unless let's see if we can get timing here for this here, like how much time I did, Patricia. I noticed that you just signed in. I just did Taurus a couple of minutes ago, but if you know your moon and your rising, you can watch for those too. I know Sag is one of them. I think that's your rising, right? But I don't remember what your moon is, so you can watch for those if you want. Right now I'm on Cancer. Actually, that is your moon sign. I'm on your moon sign right now. I'm talking about some sort of wisdom that you might have offered to someone younger than you, where the seed hasn't taken root yet. So very interesting. We have the song Deal With It from Ashnikko. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some clarification in terms of like the time. You've planted the seed. Now you have to be patient, right? So, and it's saying go ahead and enjoy yourself in the meantime, or like try to enjoy yourself in the meantime. How long do you have to wait for this seed to take root? How long do we have to wait for this seed to take root, or for the fruit to mature? Let's say it like that. Look at that one wants to, or those two want to come out, and that one. Interesting. So it's giving us more information. So there, when the Ace of Swords is, first of all, the sword is upright. So the Ace of Swords is like some sort of communication or information that's coming in that's like a truth that is probably going to be like fighting words, right? Whatever this truth is that comes in, maybe it's something that you don't want to hear, or somebody is not going to want to hear it. But let's see what this is when it talks about timing, because it's definitely given us more. So we have the Empress to the Page of Swords. So there's two people involved. One is much more mature than the other, because this obviously looks like a kid here, right? And then the Empress is going to be like a boss or a leader, even it could be a mother figure or a mentor figure in some way, but feminine. Doesn't have to be a woman, but just someone who is kind of feminine energy. But then we have the Ace of Wands to the Seven of Swords. I would say like 1 to 7 days or weeks when you have these two cards. So you can expect the seed to take root in 1 to 7 days or weeks. This is some sort of conversation that's happening either. Well, I think you're the Empress, right? Because you're the one who's passing along the wisdom. But in the meantime, just try to enjoy yourself. Try not to worry too much about things. Allow yourself to have time out with your friends or whatever the case may be. So let's go ahead and move on to Leo. Leo, we have the song Same Blood from Pop Evil. You might want to Google those lyrics. But let's go ahead and see who are the 3 people that you'll be dealing with this month. Oh, there's one. This deck is kind of big, but I like it because it has all the different personality types. Okay. We have the Cancer friend, the Gemini lover, and the Aries friend. So remember, that doesn't necessarily mean that these signs will be the signs of the people that you're dealing with. And it doesn't always mean that they're going to be like a lover or a friend, right? It just means what we're really looking at for these readings are the traits that are coming through. So for the strength for the Cancer friend is interested, patient, and dedicated. Their weaknesses are that they are nosy, needy, and secretive, and their interactive style is receptive, personal, and curious. And then for the Gemini lover, we have someone who's free, available, and intense. Their weaknesses are that they are untrustworthy, indiscreet, and overly talkative. And the interactive style is that they are direct, reactive, and overt. So for the Aries friend, we have constant, caring, and thoughtful. Their weaknesses are that they're scattered, gossipy, and unfocused, and the interactive style is busy, chatty, and close. Okay, let's get an affirmation. So again, just for anybody that might be watching on Facebook, I cannot see any of the comments there. If you want to interact with me, you have to go to my YouTube page to do it, because that's the only place where I can see comments. And then if you like these videos and you want to be involved next time where you can get a free reading, you have to go to my Hypesy page to request that. That way I can keep track of them. It just makes it so much easier. I only had one request for this video, so she's actually going to get a bigger reading than what I was planning on doing, just because she's the only one at the end. Okay, so your affirmation for today is for this month is today I am respectful. Today I will acknowledge other people's thoughts and feelings as well as my own. Interesting, especially with the song in the background that's talking about we're all the same blood. It's talking about I've been to a million different places and I'm starting to see, right? So yeah. Okay. We also have Alec Benjamin with Devil Doesn't Bargain. Interesting that it's talking about the Devil Doesn't Bargain and the Knight of Cups was peeking at me from the bottom of the deck, but we'll see. All right, so we have the Hermit on the bottom of the deck. This is talking about the foundation or what brought you to this moment here where you are in this situation, right? And you've had to do a lot of like inner introspection or soul searching. Soul searching about probably baggage that you've been carrying, right? Things that you need to let go of. Also places that you've been lying to yourself about relationships, when especially this particular Lover's card. It's just the way that it's hitting me with the just everything, the way that it's hitting me. It's not necessarily about a decision. It feels like the way that you deal with relationships. Okay, and then look at the way and when relationships end. Okay, we have the Empress, the High Priestess, and the Tower. Look at that, all major arcana, with the Hermit, another major arcana at the bottom of the deck. There's something big happening here for you. You see it coming, like you really do. You definitely see it coming. With the Empress here, it could be that it involves like a mother figure or a mentor or someone who is in a position of authority for you in some way. Like you see something happening. It literally, like you see either some sort of secrets coming out, right? Or something, some sort of catastrophe happening. It's like you're intuitively feeling it right now, because this is where you are right here and now in the present, which is the High Priestess. And this particular High Priestess, all it's focusing on is the geometry and the eye and the crown as well. So this is when she's in her particular authority, but also in her intuitive authority, right? So you see something coming, some sort of catastrophe or disaster. Probably has to do with a female, a mother figure, a boss who has feminine energy. We do have the song SLUT from B. Miller. And then right here we've got like follow your inner compass, right? Follow your inner guidance. There's some sort of lie or baggage that you've been trying to hold on to regarding relationships, but that's over. It's done with, right? It's probably time for a new relationship as well, with the Knight of Cups underneath that. And then you've got a choice to make about an ending, about some sort of successful ending. Like you might be in a relationship right now that you need to end. Because with the World card here, this is excuse me, This is literally the successful end to something. And then there's recognition over pain, right? And burden and issue with communication. Probably there was like a lack of communication when it came to like love or something, warm thoughts, right? Or even comforting your fears in some way. But anyway, so yeah, let's, I don't really feel like I need clarification for this one. So we're just going to go ahead and move on to Virgo, because this one's pretty clear. Like, you already know what's coming. You see some sort of something coming here. You think it's going to be a disaster, or you're afraid it's going to be a disaster. Let's ask that. If we do ask any clarification, why are you afraid it's going to be a disaster? I do have to say, though, for a tower card, this particular tower looks pretty sturdy to me. Even though there is a fire coming there at the top of it, it kind of looks like a chimney. It kind of looks like that tower is sort of like, I don't know, diffusing the fire and pushing it up. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but like directing the fire in a certain way. This particular deck feels very esoteric to me. Look at the stars right there. So healing. And that's the other thing. Look at all the pink and purple and the colors on it. It feels very heart-centered, this particular, especially the major arcana cards. It feels very emotional to me just because of the colors. Look at the towers on the bottom now. But look at, in this particular deck, they look kind of happy, like they're playing. Maybe that's what you're afraid of. Maybe you know that there's like an end to one relationship, which is going to bring on the beginning of another, right? And because of that, like you're afraid of the intimacy, like you're afraid of the good stuff. Look at, these are all positive cards too. Look at that. The Eight of Swords, you're afraid of being trapped. Look at all the good stuff. And then you've got Eight of Swords. You don't want to be trapped, like legally. What's this? Hold on. That's exactly how. And look at Two of Swords. You don't want to be trapped legally with someone. And then there's like Page of Wands and then Page of Swords. Acting like children with someone. I swear to God, that's what this is saying. Someone here is afraid of actually getting into a marriage again. They don't want to be stuck in a situation where they have to like get out of it by crossing swords with someone. They want to be able to just say, look, hey, we really tried hard with the Ace of Wands, but like, I feel like this here, especially with this wand, like they want to be able to say, hey, let's end this amicably, especially with the Ace of Pentacles. Look at the Hanged Man. Funny how he's going, like, it feels like he's going, nanny nanny, like sticking his tongue out in a way, but hey, look at the Magician. So funny. Anyway, oh my God, that's just so funny. Yeah, somebody definitely doesn't want to be married again. That's why they're afraid of the unfortunate experience of finding their person. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to Virgo now, right? Yeah. Also, this song, Blue on Black, Five Finger Death Punch, that one is connected to the Leo reading. You might want to Google the lyrics, see how it applies to your situation. It may not be the entire thing that applies to you. It could just be the title, the artist, the chorus, one particular lyric. All right, Virgo, let's see who you'll be dealing with this month. And when I say this month, that could be this particular month that you're watching it, or a month from the time that you watch the video. I feel like I want to pull them from the top this time. We've got the Cancer lover, the Pisces parent, and the Taurus coworker. So that doesn't necessarily mean that the people that you're dealing with are going to have these specific signs, or that they will even have this specific position in your life. It just means that they will have these traits in some way. So for the Cancer lover, we have their strengths are that they're discreet, diplomatic, and clear. Weaknesses are that they are deceptive, concealing, and prevaricating. And the interactive style is self-assured, unambiguous, and heartfelt. The Pisces parent is nurturing, caring, and loving. Their weaknesses are that they're fearful, claiming, and possessive. And the interactive style is protective, enthusiastic, and proud. And the Taurus coworker is dedicated, hardworking, and dependable. Weaknesses are resistant, stubborn, and recalcitrant, with the interactive style being well-directed, helpful, and stable. So let's go ahead and get an affirmation. Today I am at peace. Today I am at peace with all that has happened, all that is happening, and all that will happen. Let's get some cards to see what this is about. So we have Aerosmith, Dream On. Interesting. All right, so Ace of Swords, some sort of victory, particularly with the sword in the upright, some sort of victory over your emotions, keeping yourself in balance, right? Especially with this, you've got the scales here, keeping your emotions balanced. So you feel very victorious in the fact that you've been able to keep your emotions balanced. Look at the Queen of Wands to the Emperor, like you feel really good about it, even though you probably felt very bad on the inside. Doing a lot of thinking. You may have even missed an opportunity. Thinking about an opportunity that you missed. A lot of conflict attached to this opportunity, but let's go ahead and see really what they're talking about. Like, what is this? What is the message? Or 1, 2, 3. Actually, I feel like it should go like that. So we have the Hermit, which is your card, the Two of Swords, and the Four of Swords. So literally, like, especially like where you are right now, you're trying not to see something. Basically, that's what the Two of Swords is all about. Like you're blocking something. You need to follow your intuition. You're blocking some knowledge in some way. And it's coming from your higher self. It's something very important. You need to take a break, particularly in the near future. Take a break, like do some meditating specifically. Particularly when you have these two cards together. But yeah, it's about some sort of missed opportunity. With the song Dream On in the background, Like maybe it's saying the opportunity hasn't been missed like you think it is. Maybe it's saying what you need to do is follow your intuition, do some meditation so that you know exactly what the next step is. Look at the hermits on the bottom right there. Now we have the Fool. You have to literally take a leap of faith, especially with the way that like the song and everything is coming out. Like, I don't know. I feel like this one, I kind of want this one right here. Now we have Justice. Okay, hold on. Four of Wands, the Sun, Five of Swords. Okay. So you missed some sort of opportunity that would have been something to celebrate, right? Like some people will call the Four of Wands like the marriage card, but really what it is, it's a party. It's something to celebrate. And then we've got the Sun card coming over the Two of Swords. You have clarity over like what you missed now. Like you really know, like now that you have this clarity, right? This is the thing. But you have a lot of regret with the Five of Swords coming over the Four of Swords. You probably, especially if you haven't done, if you still need to get this clarity, you still need to go and do some meditation as to what the next step might be. The Five of Swords, it can be a card of like defeat, right? Like one person when one person is willing to do whatever they need to do so that they can win at all costs, basically, but then that leaves somebody else feeling defeated. And typically a person who's doing whatever they need to do to win at all costs, they're underhanded, right? The strategy that they're using is underhanded in some way. And so that the sense of defeat that the other person feels is pretty profound, right? And now we've got the card of Justice. So maybe there's some sort of justice coming in or over this underhandedness, something that you need to say. Interesting here, because look we've got the Eight of Cups, the Devil card, the Nine of Cups. Well, let's read it this way. So if you're talking about the Four of Pentacles, it's something you've been holding on to for a long time. But this card, especially with all of these cards, talks about maybe the things that you've been doing that are not quite so healthy in order to make yourself feel good or to fulfill whatever your dreams and hopes and things are that you had. That could have contributed to why you feel that regret, right? And so you've walked away from that now because it's like there's this new, you want to change things. There's this new plan, this new idea here with the Ace of Wands. You want to change things. But there's a lot of regret here. Somebody didn't play fair in some way. And it left someone else feeling really defeated because of the underhanded tactics that were used. And then the song Take Me from Papa Roach. Okay, so we're going to leave that here for Virgo and move on to Libra. All right, so Libra, let's see who the people are that you'll be dealing with this month, which can be the month that you're watching this or 1 month from the time that you watch this. So we have the Scorpio lover, the Gemini parent, and the Capricorn boss. Okay, so the Scorpio lover is someone who's amorous, intimate, and volcanic. And first of all, the so the people that you're dealing with, it doesn't necessarily mean that they will have these specific signs or even these specific roles in your life. It just means that they will carry these traits. Okay. So for the Scorpio lover, it says their strengths are amorous, intimate, and volcanic. Their weaknesses are that they're dramatic, suffering, and unhappy, and the interactive style is private, concealed, and attached. The Gemini parent is interested, varied, and enthusiastic. Their weaknesses are worried, stressed, and absent, and their interactive style is positive, engaged, and energetic. And then the Capricorn boss is dominant, determined, and self assured. The weaknesses are insensitive, unheeding, and stubborn, and the interactive style is authoritarian, commanding, and firm. Let's get a affirmation card. We have the song Voices in My Head from Falling in Reverse. That's the one. And it says, today I am focused. Today I will be productive and feel good about doing the hard work that I need to do. Oh, I think that's too many. There's like 4 cards here. We'll just see what it says. Interesting. Now we got the Fool on the bottom of the deck. So the Fool is about either a new beginning, taking a leap of faith, some sort of new start. A new start after a hard ending, right? Like some sort of betrayal, even needing to stand your ground. Oh, so standing your ground when it comes to your own personal heartache, like how you feel about something. And then the Hanged Man is like really needing to like see things from a new perspective. There's some sort of sacrifice being made. So with the Tower card, the Tower is like the foundation. The foundation is cracked, right? And so the Tower comes in to tear things down so that you can go in and rebuild the foundation, make it more secure and stable, right? So that's probably what this new beginning is about, is kind of like redoing some sort of foundation on something, whatever that means. Geez, there's a bunch of cards here. We got the Ace of Cups with the High Priestess, the Death card, the Justice card. Look at all these major, well, so we got 4 major arcana. Okay. So this is literally like someone is, it's some sort of major decision, first of all, here. What's interesting here is this card. So this card typically can have two meanings, right? It can talk about like deceit, which is interesting, particularly because the song that's playing in the background is saying it's called, I think it's called Prosper. Hold on. Oh no, it's called Smile from Juice World. Sorry. The part that's sticking in my head is where he's talking about, I'd do anything to see you smile because um, I just, I want you to prosper, just prosper, even if that means I ain't by your side. So that part, I just want you to prosper, just prosper, even if that means I ain't by your side, whatever that means, okay? But then, like, there might be some sort of deceit here. If it's not deceit, it's something about, like, again, baggage, because that's the other meaning of the Seven of Swords. If it's not someone coming in doing something deceptive or lying in some way, then that means that there's some sort of, like, baggage, right? Like, I can't take this with me. I've got too much to carry. My load is too heavy. I can't carry it all. I have to leave some of it behind. Um, which would make sense over here. But this is like an offer of love up here, right? Like a spiritual offer of love when it's together with this high priestess. It's like, I know, I understand what you need is kind of with this particular, and I'm sorry that I keep pushing it off the thing. I keep forgetting that I only have a certain area of my thing here that I can put the cards in. So like these two cards, it feels like someone is saying, look, I understand like what you need. I understand it intuitively what you need, right? I'm trying to give that to you, but I don't know, there's something about this one. It's all red and everything, right? So this has got me leaning more towards there might be some sort of deception here. Like maybe someone is love bombing. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of feels like someone is love bombing. Like someone is trying to say, oh, I want to do this and that because I love you so much. Or maybe they're saying, I want to do this and that to make it right. Because look at the Ace of Cups is coming over the Justice card. And then the High Priestess is coming over the Lover's card. There might be somebody else. Like you might know intuitively that there's someone else. Like where they know intuitively what you need now. You know intuitively there's like a third party. And let's look at this. The Teddy Swims. Oh my God. What's the name of the song? Hold on. Lose Control. Teddy Swims, Lose Control. You're going to want to look up the lyrics. Okay. So, he's saying, out of my mind, how many times did I tell you I'm no good at being alone? Okay, so maybe there really is deception here. Let's get a little bit of clarification. Oh yeah, trying to just pick up that was all me. That's what I'm trying to say. It wasn't the cards falling out or anything. I was trying to pick. Oh, there was one, and then I missed it. There it is, right there. We got one. Let's see if there's anything else. Now we got the Six of Cups. Remembering the good times, or remembering like the old times. If this is someone who, like, if this really feels like a romantic relationship, particularly with this song, so more than likely you're dealing like this was a whatever the Libras are that are watching this, you were dealing with some sort of romantic relationship where somebody probably had another person on the side. But maybe you have kids together or something, or you've known them since childhood. It could be that what the combination is with these two cards. Maybe it's been a really long time since you've talked to them or something to that effect. Um, this Six of Swords feels like fighting a little bit, and then you've got this Tower card here. Like maybe there was some sort of argument that made you guys, like maybe if this is someone that there was some sort of argument that made you guys break up, but then look at the squinty eyes or something. It's almost like someone's winking, going, "Yeah, we're definitely split up." Anyway, and then look, we're on pause because this is the card of like having to wait. Five of Wands, competition. So I don't know. Hold on. Let's look at these cards before I get too much into the bottom of the deck. So we have the Nine of Pentacles, the High Priestess again, the Sun, and the Two of Swords. This is about independence. Somebody wanted their independence because they're not really sure about what they want. 1000%. So that's 100% what this is talking about right here. And I think you kind of know that that's what that person was doing, like that they didn't really know what they want. Okay, so let's go ahead and leave it there because this one's getting a little bit too long and I didn't want the actual video, the live video, to go on for as long as it did last time. So we're going to move on to Scorpio. You're welcome, Patricia. Thank you for joining me on the video, watching me live. I appreciate it. Okay, Scorpio, let's... Oh, I did not mean to do that. I'm so sorry. It's just this one kind of popped out, and I wanted to catch it before it fell because I thought it was going to fall, so I didn't mean to hit the, but there. Let's see who the people are that you'll be dealing with this month. Oh, interesting. We have the song. Hold on. I have to put my glasses back on every single time I want to see what song it is. End of My Life from, I never know how to say this girl's name. Kaylee something or other. These lyrics. She's saying the therapist told me to manifest it, so all right, how about this? I tried your deep breath something stuff and it's making me feel like shit. Okay, one more. I'm going to pay attention to what I'm doing instead of the music. But you know, that's the thing. Whenever I do a reading, if I get distracted by the music, it's usually because it's part of the... I feel like I want to actually take this one right here. Oh, there's two coming out right there. Okay. So we have the Aries friend, the Virgo lover, and the Aquarius romantic partner. So that does not mean that the people that you're dealing with have these specific signs or that they hold these specific positions in your life. It just means that the people that you're dealing with have these specific traits in some way in whatever the issue is that you're dealing with. So the Aries friend, hold on. We have the song Rapture from Blondie. So the Aries friend, and you're going to want to Google the lyrics on that. This is someone who's constant, caring, and thoughtful. Their weaknesses are that they're scattered, gossipy, and unfocused. Their interactive style is busy, chatty, and close. The Virgo lover is someone who is attractive, thoughtful, and capable. Their weaknesses are that they are insecure, doubting, and unstable, and their interactive style is unassuming, private, and critical. And then the Aquarius romantic partner, their strengths are that they are fun, interesting, and exciting. The weaknesses are that they are drifting, non-committed, and unfaithful. And the interactive style is that they are bright, cheerful, and open. And I want to point out, one says lover, the other one says romantic partner, and there is a big difference, right? just because, you know, we want to keep things kid friendly, I'm not going to go into too much of the specifics about what the difference is, but yeah. So I did do Virgo already. What is this? Caper, or whatever. I can't read your name. I'm so sorry. But I did do Virgo already. You can probably go back and listen to it. But also, if you know your ascendant or your sun, moon, and rising, if you know all three, you can watch for all three. Right now, I'm on Scorpio. Okay, so let's go ahead and get an affirmation card. Okay, it says, today I will not compare. Today I will not compare myself to others. I will find true peace in my own life. Let's go ahead and get some. Interesting. You have the Seven of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So you've planted some sort of seed, right? Now you have to wait. Like, you have to be patient. You have to wait for that seed to mature so that you can go ahead and harvest the fruit. Look at the Wheel of Fortune. To the Six of Wands, which is about recognition for the hard work that you put in. So the Wheel of Fortune means like your fortune is changing, right? But again, you've got to be patient. Things are changing. Your fortune is changing. There will be recognition for all of the hard work that you put into your relationships, or a relationship maybe specifically. Like, you have support around you, but also with the Two of Wands, it's like you have a decision to make. There's like two paths to go on. There's some depression, anxiety, worry here. You feel like a fool when these two cards are together. The Nine of Swords with the Fool card, and then look at the Ten of Swords, especially with these all right here. Like, you feel like a fool, betrayed with this combination here. And then you've got the Seven of Wands. You stood up for yourself, or you stood up for what you believed in and what it was that you wanted in love. This person was probably unreliable, and you were not. You were very reliable. Now your heart's broken. But let's not do too much on the bottom of the deck. Let's actually go into the cards. I actually feel like I want it to go that way. Oh, interesting. I love it. I'm so happy. I'm so happy I followed my intuition. Do you see how we've got 10 to 10, right? This one is a burden. You're carrying too much of a load. And then over here, this is like the happy, not really the happily ever after. I hate saying that because it's like such a fairy tale BS thing to say. There really is no happily ever after. You have to work at every relationship, right? But this is the card of like a happy ending after a hardship, right? That's what the Ten of Cups is really about. Because it does take some hardship to get to your person. You have to have your heart broken a few times if you're going to find your person. But this is the card of where you are right now. And the King of Wands is kind of very, you're very much a leader. Like, you're leading your own life in some way, which is really good. You're in your power with this particular card here. It's a card of Sagittarius. You're also very adventurous. Like, you're ready to learn more. You're ready to get out and explore, right? You're very mature with this particular card here. Let's go ahead and get some Let's go ahead and get some clarifiers. It's Red Riding Hood in English. I love that. I love that. Yeah, if you know your sun, moon, rising, you can watch for all three. But I'm getting pretty close. I'm on Scorpio right now, which means there's only going to be 4 more after this. We have the song. So it's I'm Not Her. Clara May, I think, is the artist. Oh, that one wants to come out right there. I kind of feel like this whole thing right here wants to come out. Look, we've got the Ace of Cups. This is some some new beginning in love, or an offer of love, an offer of friendship, maybe. Look, the Wheel of Fortune again, with the Strength card to the 9 of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands. Very good. Even the Tower card is good in this specific deck with the Fool card. It's like a new beginning. Look at a new beginning, possibly with that Knight of Wands that was on the bottom of the other deck. Let me look again real quick to see where that is. Pretty sure we had the Knight of Wands there. Let me see. Yes, we did. Okay, so this same Knight of Wands, somebody that was not reliable. That's typically with the Knight of Wands talks about, like in a love reading, and the reason that he gets described that way, or he or she, I say he because I don't know, just whatever. The reason they get described that way is because they are in and out all the time. They're always on the go, always moving from one place to another or one thing to the next. And so in a love relationship, when you have someone who's moving from one thing to the next, that's not reliable. Okay. Look at Ace of Wands, some sort of passionate new beginning. We've got the 6 of Cups, reminiscing about the past. 2 of Swords is indecision. You're blocking something. The 8 of Pentacles has to do with like putting in a lot of work towards, your fear and anxiety, especially because the 8 of Pentacles came out before. It was saying on the bottom of this deck that you're going to be recognized. You're going to get recognition. Hold on. Someone is going to recognize all of the hard work that you put in. And then over here from the Moon to the Judgment, and then it's sitting over this 10 of Cups. Literally this Judgment. Look at how happy that both the Judgment and the Moon card look. So it's literally like a happy ending after a hard situation, right? Not a fairy tale happy ending. It's just a good happy ending, like somebody's going to recognize you for some hard work that you put in. Okay, Scorpio, we're going to go ahead and leave that here and move on to Sagittarius. So let's go ahead and see who are the people that Sagittarius is going to be dealing with this month. And that could be the month that you are watching this, or 1 month from the date that you watch it. Actually, we have one right here. One right here. No, one right here. Okay. We have the Libra romantic partner, the Leo lover, and the Gemini lover. Okay. So this does not mean that the people that you're dealing with are going to specifically carry these signs, or that they will have these specific positions in your life. It just means that they will carry these traits. I do find it interesting that all three of them are kind of a romantic, well, not kind of, they are all romantic in some way. So this could be a romance reading. It doesn't have to be. Although we do have the song Unholy from Hey Violet. Okay, you might want to look up the lyrics to that. So the Libra romantic partner, their strengths are they are giving, affectionate, and loving. The weaknesses are that they are unhappy, needy, and selfish. The interactive style is selective, expectant, and affectionate. The Leo lover is extroverted, demonstrative, and giving. Their weaknesses are that they are deceptive, critical, and unforgiving. And the interactive style is passionate, private, and discreet. While the Gemini lover is free, available, and intense, the weaknesses are that they are untrustworthy, indiscreet, and overly talkative, and the interactive style is direct, reactive, and overt. So, also, the difference between the romantic partner and lover is pretty obvious, right? There's a whole lot more that goes into a romance than what, goes into the other type of situation, but again, just take it however it resonates for your situation. Let's go ahead and get an affirmation. I feel like it's that one right there. So we have today I am flexible. Oh my God, I love it. Today I will adapt to the changes in my life with an open mind and a positive outlook. Like you might be dating or something. I don't know. It's just the way it feels so far. We'll have to see. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords, the Ten of Wands to the Five of Swords. Interesting, because at the end, someone's going to feel defeated, right? Which, if you're dealing with multiple partners, yeah, that's kind of a given. Also, right now, you're feeling overwhelmed, burdened by carrying too much of a load, too much responsibility for something. But there is victory, right? Or there was victory because this is recent past. We have the Two of Wands on the bottom of the deck. You literally Two of Wands to the Magician, like you had to make some sort of choice about which way you were going to go for your happiness. Look at the home in the background. So like for your happiness, look at the Nine of Cups, what it takes to fulfill yourself, what you have to give to someone else. You, with the Eight of Cups, you went off to find what it was that you were searching for. You found balance to get yourself out of, like you got yourself out of this feeling of being trapped, right? Or you were trapped in some sort of situation with someone who was immature. What they had to offer wasn't the same as what you were offering. Knight of Cups to the Justice card is like to the Four of Wands, it's like healing over some sort of deception or lie or some sort of baggage that you're carrying. So anyway, you have choices to make, definitely. Someone is going to feel defeated. And there's also, with this particular card, there's the risk that someone is willing to win at all costs. Interesting that it's coming out over this Gemini lover card. But let's get some clarification. We have the song Invincible from Pat Benatar. You're popular with the Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck, and I'm not surprised just because it's just interesting that it came out like that. Oh, that one wants to come up too. I feel like we need that one right there. Okay. All right, now we have the Seven of Swords. Someone's like, they're, look at, so again over here, like someone's not telling the whole story, right? Or someone has some sort of baggage that they need to let go of with the Seven of Swords. At the Knight of Swords, whoever this person is, they like to argue or fight. You need a break from that. Could be a fire sign. Look at the Hierophant to the Empress to the World. There's a lot of people when you have all of these, and then there's an ending as well here. But let's look at these cards because I'm more interested in this. So we have the Two. So it's ending with the Three of Cups, which is good. Two of Wands. This is which way do I go, right? Or what my choice. And with the, I love this deck because these particular wands tell me that you literally have control. Like either way that you decide to go, it'll probably be a good thing, right? You definitely have control. You're independent enough that you can make your own choices. Four of Wands, there's something to celebrate, maybe a party. Um, could be someone's leaving, going on some sort of adventure when you've got the Four of Wands next to the Knight of Wands. And it could be that hurts your feelings because they have to leave for something, right? Because the Three of Swords is attached to it. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles with the Three of Cups. So maybe you go out with friends and you have some options. Very interesting. It really does feel to me like there's some sort of party or get together or something for someone who might be like going on a trip or something. And then you go out with friends, like that hurts your, like you're sad to see them go, and then you go out with friends, right? And then there's something happy when you go out with friends, like you have choices over here. So we're going to go ahead and leave it there for, oh, interesting. I was going to say we're going to leave it there for Sagittarius, except we have the song Always Been You from Jesse Murph. And it caught my attention right as I was getting ready to end the reading. And the interesting thing about that one with the Three of Cups, like you might run into somebody like maybe it ends up that whoever your person is, it was somebody that was a friend or somebody that either you meet through, but for this particular song and the way it caught my attention, it feels like someone you knew before in some way. And you run into them while you're out. Anyway, take it however it resonates. We're going to move on to Capricorn. All right, let's see who Capricorn is dealing with this month. This can be this particular month when you're watching the video, or it can be a month from the time that you watched it. I actually feel like I want to pull this one here. Hold on. Let's pull that one too. Actually, I just want to take them all from right there. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. We have the Libra boss, the Pisces boss, and the Virgo boss. Capricorn, you might be dealing with something that has to do with work. It doesn't have to be. Again, so these signs, like the people that you're dealing with, they don't necessarily have to be these specific signs, and they don't have to carry this specific position in your life. But they do have these characteristics. So for Libra, they are popular, charismatic, and likable. Their weakness is that they are conceited, needy, and self-defeating, and the interactive style is agreeable, charming, and magnetic. So for Pisces, the Pisces boss, it says they are affluent, fluid, and empathetic. Their weakness is that they are easily manipulated, oversensitive, and overprotective, and the interactive style is relaxed, adaptable, and influential. With the Virgo boss, they are pragmatic, realistic, and matter of fact. The weakness is that they are unresponsive, unsympathetic, and cold, and the interactive style is literal, concise, and economical. Let's go ahead and get you a affirmation. Today I will persevere. Today nothing will worry me. All my problems will pass in time. And then we have the song Whiskey Whiskey from Moneybag Yo. Let's get some cards. All right, so we have the Fool on the bottom of the deck. Interesting. You got the Six of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and then the Strength card with the Fool. There's some sort of new beginning with some sort of new idea that you're passionate about, that you've been either putting a lot of work or effort into with the Ace of Pentacles, but it's something brand new with the Ace of Pentacles as well. And then you've got your card, but with the Devil card, maybe there's something about whatever this new thing is that's a little indulgent, a little bit maybe even toxic or something. And then you've got the Six of Pentacles, which is all about like equal, like the reciprocity that you get, right? Are you getting paid enough for what you're doing, or are you getting the recognition for what you're doing? And I say recognition because you have the card of recognition right here. And then you've got the Star coming up after this specific card. So that tells me you're wondering if you're getting the recognition or gaining the status that you're looking for, maybe. So you have the Six of Wands to the Nine of Wands to the Strength card. Six of Wands, again, is a card of recognition. Typically, if, we're talking about it being in its healthy aspect, it's coming home victorious after some sort of war, right? And have you been recognized for that in some way? The Nine of Wands talks about it's like the card of like Chiron, or feeling like you can't go on, right? There's a little bit of it's the wounded warrior aspect. So it's interesting that you have these two together, but it doesn't necessarily mean that military is anything that has to do with you, although it could. This is just like something that you've been fighting, right? You've been a warrior in something that you're fighting for. You have the strength over here to go on. But not only do you have the strength to go on, I love the way that this person is standing tall here face to face with the lion, like staring down the lion. So there's courage as well. Let's go ahead and get some clarification. But if this has to do with your work specifically, I think you're going to be recognized. But maybe with this card here, like the work is really difficult. You're having some difficulties with what you're doing. There's something about it that you're struggling a little bit. Another aspect of the Nine of Wands is that reinforcements are coming, right? Like the support it's coming, which is part of the reason that you need to be patient, right? Which can be another aspect of the Strength card. The Strength card, it talks about being very calm, patient, gentle, trying not forcing the situation, allowing your allowing the lion to know that you're there to help rather than hurt. Like you're not confronting, right? You're just communing with your fear, or communing with whatever it is, but having the courage to go on anyway. There's some sort of inner something where you're feeling like you can't go on, and you might be a little bit scared about it because of the Strength card, but you're facing down this fear. We have the song Human Nature from Pop Evil. Hi, Eva Ann. Yeah, just for anyone who might be watching on Facebook. Oh, look, there's some sort of successful ending or successful conclusion to something with the World card on the bottom. For anyone watching on Facebook, I can't see any comments. If you are saying anything there, I can only see comments on YouTube. So you'll have to follow the link to get to my YouTube channel. Oh, look at the Ace of Swords, victory, but also some sort of truth that might be like when the sword is pointed upward, it's like fighting, right? Fighting words or some sort of communication that starts an argument. This particular sword is pointing towards the left or pointing towards the past, which tells me this could have been some sort of argument or something in the past. And then now look, there's some new information coming in, and the sword is still pointing upward, but it's pointing towards the future. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. So this has to do with like a pension, maybe some sort of investment, inheritance, the successful conclusion to a job, where like you get like a severance package or something. Look at the Ten of Wands, some sort of recognition for all of the hard work and the sacrifice and the what's the word? You carried a lot of responsibility with this particular card. You had to make hard decisions with the Queen of Swords. And with the Nine of Wands, again, a lot of times you weren't sure you were going to be able to go on. But you were a star, because you have all these stars here, like you stepped up to the plate each and every single time. And then you feel like you didn't get, like there was some sort of lack when it comes to money with that, because of this, like you did, like there were things where you took control or you took the lead. And then you went within and probably did something for yourself. Yeah, some sort of new idea. And look at the Strength. We're back to the Strength card, and this is where I'm going to leave it, even though we do have the Sun card underneath that, which is like the one of the happiest cards of the deck. It's like a card of pure joy. But I think this is saying, like, this is the strength that you have within you to overcome all of this stuff, right? Like all of whatever this is. So we're going to go ahead and leave it here and move on to Aquarius. We have the song I Miss You from Incubus for Capricorn. It could be for Aquarius as well, but it did start playing when I was reading for Capricorn, and it was kind of catching my attention. So maybe it's for both. And I only say that because, like, I don't know. It's just, it really just feels that way. Okay, so let's see who Aquarius is dealing with this next month. That could be this specific month that you are watching this, or 1 month from the time you watch it. That one wants to come out. Okay, so we have the Leo lover, the Aries boss, and the Capricorn friend. So the Leo lover is extroverted, demonstrative, and giving. Their weaknesses are that they are deceptive, critical, and unforgiving. And their interactive style is passionate, private, and discreet. The Aries boss is inspiring, dynamic, and trailblazing. Their weaknesses are that they are unbending, stressed, and unaware. And the interactive style is confrontational, commanding, and blunt. And then for the Capricorn friend, we have someone who is steady, giving, and reliable. Their weaknesses are that they're stubborn, taxing, and judgmental, and their interactive style is caring, responsible, and attentive. And I forgot to say that that just because these specific signs and these specific positions are on these cards, it doesn't mean that the people that we're talking about carry those in your life, right? Like they're not going to be, it doesn't necessarily, well, if they are a Leo, Aries, or Capricorn, bonus, that's a confirmation for you. If they happen to be a lover, boss, or friend, again, bonus for you. But if not, don't worry about it. Really, it's about the traits that are coming through in each of the cards, okay? So let's get you an affirmation. We have the song Wild One from Jesse Murph and Jelly Roll. I've noticed there's been a lot of Jesse Murph songs tonight. Interesting. I feel like that one. Oh, and this one wants to come out. Okay. So you get 2 affirmations. It says, today I am healthy. Today my mind, my heart, and my soul are one healthy being, and today I am ready to receive love. Today I am open to being loved by another healthy person. Interesting that it talks about healthy on both. Let's get some cards. All right, we have the Page of Pentacles on the bottom, but let's look at all of this first. Hold on. So we have the Moon with the Knight of Pentacles. You're worried about something that's taking way too long. We have the Devil with the Queen of Cups to the Page of Swords. So with the Devil card, this can talk about some sort of like probably overcoming some sort of toxicity of the past, maybe some sort of emotional issue in the past, right? This one is interesting. I got to be honest. So it makes sense that this would be talking about overcoming some sort of emotional toxicity of the past. And the reason that I say that is because both of your affirmation cards talked about being healthy. There could be a little bit of paranoia attached to it. And I say that because the Page of Swords can be a card of like spying, right? If there are other people involved, one of them is going to be younger, like less mature. And one of them is probably going to have a lot of feminine energy. This is the Queen of Cups. It's like the card of Cancer, someone that's going to be ruled by the moon, meaning they're very emotional. Maybe you've overcome some sort of previous toxic relationship. And like moving forward, you're looking to be around people that are healthy, but it's like, it feels like it's taking forever, or there's something about worrying about the paying, like, because this particular card here, the reason this card is like when people talk about it in these readings, and specifically why I'm saying it's something that's taking forever, is because it's a card of details. It's a card of Virgo. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight. The Suit of Pentacles is the slowest suit, because it deals with like the material world, and things just it's harder to materialize. You can have an idea, but you have to put work and effort into it for it to materialize into the 3D world, right? And so that's why it takes so long when you have the Pentacles, especially if you want it to be solid and you want it to be done correctly. That's where the Knight of Pentacles comes in, and that's the reason the Knight of Pentacles takes so long. But typically the Knight is about action. You're looking for some sort of action, or you're waiting for some sort of tangible something, tangible, like maybe money, so that you can take action on something. And we do have the song Gold on the Ceiling from the Black Keys, so you might want to look at the lyrics to that. That's also another reason that I was saying like paranoia might be somehow attached to this, because you have the devil on this side. You've got a card of being a little bit overly emotional, right? A little bit manipulative, especially like somebody's learning to overcome like some manipulative behavior or something. But then this card, it's about someone who's like immature, just because it's a page, in the way that they communicate with others, because it's the Suit of Swords. They probably gossip. They probably spy or look at someone's online accounts, right? Because they're trying to keep an eye on something, or they're trying to stay in the know of whatever's going on. But that's toxic stuff. And maybe that's what you're trying to do. Maybe you're trying to get over this. Maybe you're feeling a little bit obsessed. I got to be honest, it's a little bit the way that it feels to me. Like there's this sort of obsessive feel of I need to keep tabs on somebody. And you could be feeling a little emotional right now, particularly because you've got the Queen of Cups here, who is ruled by the moon. And the moon card up here is sitting next to the Knight of Pentacles. Meaning if you're waiting for some sort of something, right, it's taking a while. We do have the Temperance card on the bottom of this deck. Oh, we have the song My Wish from Rascal Flatts. Interesting. Let's get some clarification. I want to know, like, especially because of the song that just came through, like My Wish. It's like maybe whoever this person is that you keep tabs on, it's because you actually do care about them. Interesting. It could even be about a child in some ways, because that's what another, the Page of Swords is a childlike energy. And it is sitting right here connected to the Knight of Pentacles. So, there's like a maturing of energy here that's connected. Maybe this is what you're hoping for, is for someone to mature in some way. Or maybe you want someone to reach out to you and it's taking a long time. They haven't done it. You got the Queen of Wands, someone who's charismatic, right? Could be a fire sign, doesn't have to be. No, it's pretty bad. Oh, interesting that that one just popped out. Okay. Actually, it kind of wants to go this way. So we've got the Page of Swords again, the Ace of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Interesting. Page of Swords came over the Devil card. So this feels to me like this is definitely you watching somebody else. This is something you need to get over, or you need to stop this behavior. And plus, we just had the eclipse in Pisces, which is part of a bigger cycle, where this is literally the like closing out of something that started sometime between March of 2015 through March of 2016, right? It's like the getting closure on some cycle. And you've got two swords together. If you're watching someone waiting and hoping for them to reach out to you, this Ace of Swords coming over the Queen of Cups says that you need to be the one to reach out. Problem is, the sword is in the upright, pointing upwards. It is pointing towards the past, so whatever it is that you have to say about the past is probably something that the person that you're wanting to reach out to or that you're wanting to talk to may not want to hear. Like, when the sword is upright, I always say, them's fighting words, right? Like whatever it is that you have to say is not going to be easy to say, or it's not going to be easy to accept for somebody. Then we have the Four of Pentacles over the Page of Swords. I feel like whoever it is that you want to talk to has their own stuff that they've been holding on to. And we've got the World. Maybe you guys have some sort of conversation and it brings a successful end to it. The Queen of Swords, there's like healing words, but again, they're difficult. It's swords energy. The sword is sharpened on both ends. Now, this particular sword is pointed downward, which means the fight is over. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Brooke. So the fight is over, right? Especially when you've got these two, and then you've got balance. But then, okay, well, there's like juggling, a need to balance, because with the Five of Pentacles, there's still some sort of a sense of rejection, a sense of loss, a sense of feeling left out, something to that effect, right? And then we have the Six of Cups, reminiscing about the good times, Ten of Pentacles, building something solid with a lot of conversation and communication back and forth about how you feel. Also, with this particular Wheel of Fortune, look at this piece of pie being put in here. Hold on, the song Sarah Smile from Daryl Hall and John Oates. And funny that Hall and Oates, interesting. Hall and Oates, aren't they like right now going through some huge like legal dispute or something? Interesting. So whatever this dispute is, there's some sort of missing piece. Some sort of missing piece that's probably going to be had with this conversation. It's going to put things to rest. And look, if there's some new offer of something. Seven of Wands, like I'm going to stand up for what I believe in, but it's all for healing or for good, because these are stars. Brings balance and justice. Again, balance and justice with temperance and some sort of new idea or plan. Something that's very equal, like there's reciprocity, and healing with the Four of Swords. I'm going to stop it there, but also with the Ace of Cups, an offer of friendship or love. Okay, so let's move on to Pisces. I don't know how long this has gone on yet, but I was hoping to keep this video under 2 hours. My problem is I talk too much. I can't help it. I love the cards, and these are all new, and so I wanted to play with them a little bit. And like, what better way than just to like do a bunch of readings, right? And so, yeah. Anyway, Pisces is my last for the all signs, and then we're going to do the one person who requested a reading through Hypsy, and then we'll be done. All right, Pisces, let's see who are the people that you'll be dealing with this month. And that can be either the month that you're watching this or 1 month from the time that you watch it. Oh, I feel like we've got, oh my, you might have 5 people that you're dealing with. I got the hiccups. All right, Pisces. You're dealing with a lot of people this month. We have The Virgo lover. And by the way, the people that you're dealing with do not have to carry these specific signs or even these specific positions in your life. They just will carry these characteristics or traits. So we have the Virgo lover, the Aquarius lover, the Libra friend, the Aquarius parent, and the Libra parent. Interesting. You might be dating Pisces and like, I don't know. It's just the way that it's coming through. You might be dating, right? And like maybe two of the people that you're dating are they're like maybe a little bit more stable, or there's something about them where they try to either control you or parent you in some way. I don't know. Let's look at first of all the traits, and then we'll get an affirmation. So the strengths of the Libra parent is that they are goal-oriented, ambitious, and supportive. The weaknesses are that they are pushy, stressful, and demanding. Their interactive style is insistent, involved, and evaluating. The Aquarius parent is encouraging, interested, and liberating. Their weaknesses are that they're intolerant, fearful, and selfish, and their interactive style is active, enthusiastic, and non-academic. Then we have the Libra friend, who is intense, involved, and evaluative. Their weaknesses are that they're rejecting, harsh, and withdrawing, and then the interactive style is quick, unpredictable, and surprising. With the Aquarius lover, we have someone who's exciting, creative, and not possessive. Their weakness is fleeting, superficial, and scattered, and the interactive style is giving, active, and quality oriented. With the Virgo lover of someone who's attractive, thoughtful, and capable, their weakness is that they're insecure, doubting, and unstable, and the interactive style is unassuming, private, and critical. So again, you got two parents, two lovers, and a friend here. So let's get a affirmation card. We have the song Wish You Were Here from Incubus. You might want to Google the lyrics, see how it pertains to your situation. It says, today I am responsible. Today I will make good choices that will bring me health and happiness. Interesting. Let's get some cards. Just one more time, if anyone is watching on Facebook, I cannot see any comments there. I can only see comments on my YouTube channel. So if you want to interact or say anything, you'll need to leave a comment there. Also, if, well, I'm almost done with this reading, but if you want to be included in one of these readings in the future, you'll have to go to my Hypesy page to request those. I will post on there. I'll schedule my events there and then post here on Facebook here on Facebook and YouTube to let everyone know. Okay, so Pisces, you have two major arcana and then the Eight of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So the Queen of Pentacles, she's someone who's very responsible, reliable, right? She's trying to build something. Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I typically read it as like Taurus energy. But there's like heartbreak here. Heartbreak and with the Three of Wands, like there's heartbreak, and like someone is waiting for something. They're waiting for something to grow. And that's the other thing about the Queen of Pentacles. They're trying to build something, and they're literally waiting for their ships to come in, or they're waiting for their rewards to come in. And there's defeat here. And then we have the Page of Wands, which is like some sort of good news of something coming in, maybe money-wise, with the Six of Pentacles, to help balance things out, and maybe some sort of new idea or plan. Look at with the Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, and the Star card. It's like some sort of new plan. But let's go to, first of all, we have the song IDGAF from Dua Lipa. And so you might want to Google those lyrics. But we have the Fool and the Hermit, right? So this is some sort of new beginning, or there's something that just recently happened that's like triggering some sort of new beginning. You have to take a leap of faith with this particular card, right? But right now where you're sitting is like, what should I do? You're like literally up in your head. What should I do? What should I do? What's coming next is a lot of communication with this Eight of Wands, all kinds of communication, right? And it's about something that you've been trying to build, maybe. Or if it's not about something that you've been trying to build, it's about, because it's a queen, it's a feminine energy, who's responsible, reliable, all of those things, probably an earth sign who's been trying to build something, right? Let's get some clarification. I want to know what the communication is about, to be honest. Actually, I want to know what the new beginning is about. Because with a new beginning, or when it's saying you have to have faith, that typically means that something ended or something is ending. And the Fool is saying you have to have faith, take a leap of faith, take a leap of faith. Like you know what to do. You know subconsciously or from your higher self exactly what you need to do. You just need to put it into play with the Eight of Wands. There's something again on this foundation that has to do with either this is about what you're building, or you're dealing with another person who's dealing with that energy. I want to know, like, first of all, what is the new beginning? Yeah, it's just those two. We got the Page of Wands with the Devil. Oh, interesting. So it could be that you're dealing with someone who, like a child, because this definitely looks like a child here. And pages typically represent people who are less mature. Like in terms of the hierarchy, the youngest would be the page. Then it would go, like the page would represent kids, right? Anyone under 18. And then the knights would be young adults. And then the queen would probably be somewhere between, I don't know, like 30 to 50. And the king would be over 50, right? If you're talking about maturity levels. So this is going to be someone really young who's probably toxic, narcissistic, something, right? Maybe there's some sort of idea that they had or something. There's something that they're doing. There's like some idea that they have that maybe you think is foolish, especially if we're talking about this new beginning, right? You think something is foolish or toxic or not good in some way, shape, or form. but it's some sort of new something that probably has to do with like a fire sign, because we have the King of Wands, maybe something that they lied about, or like that there's some sort of baggage that they're holding on to, something they need to let go of, right? Because with the Seven of Swords, you're trying to take too much with you. There's stuff that you have to leave behind. But really, it's a card of like deception. One person goes in, or one soldier goes into the opposing or the enemy's camp and steals their weapons. That's how this in traditional tarot, that's what the imagery is. You see one soldier carrying a bunch of weapons that they've stolen, but they've tried to steal too many, and that's how they get caught, right? Because they leave a bunch of evidence behind, right? So like stuff is, there's either deception or something is being left behind, but there's like collaboration with the Three of Pentacles, and there could be something about money. Oh yeah, definitely collaboration. Three of Pentacles, Three of Wands with Eight of Pentacles, and then the Star, working together to like bring some sort of healing to this, right? And then look at bringing an end to whatever this situation is, this conflict, right? And there's like wisdom and a message of like love or something coming with the Hierophant there. All right, I was going to ask about like the communication, but I think what I'm going to do instead is we're just going to leave it there for Pisces, and I'm going to move on to my my free reading real quick. And so this person asked a quick question, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my screen really quick. I'm going to do something. Okay, so I'm going to share screen real quick, because the question that I got, again, this person went through Hypsy to ask this question. And so that's the reason that they're getting this reading here during the live, and it's actually free for them. But it was supposed to be a yes or no. I'm just giving them a bigger reading because they were the only one that actually went and requested a reading this time. So their question has to do with their romantic life, or their partners. They wanted me to explain on the chart, first of all, about their romantic life, right? Like spouses. And so what we're going to do really quickly, just because we don't want this to take too long, and I'm going to do some cards as well, is let's talk about your seventh house, which is your house of marriage and partners, right? You also have romance over here in your fifth house, which is ruled by it's ruled by Scorpio. Actually, no, your fifth house is ruled by Libra. Interesting. So we're going to look at both Saturn and Venus in your chart then. Venus is the house of romance, and Saturn is the house of marriage, okay? So first, let's talk about Venus. You happen to have Venus in Scorpio. That's actually not a really good placement for Scorpio, because Venus is not comfortable in Scorpio at all. Scorpio is the opposite sign from Venus, meaning that she's in her detriment here. She wants to go home, right? Because Scorpio doesn't really like to get intimate. And Venus, wants to get intimate. Basically, you're attracted to somebody. You want to do all those things with someone, especially because this is the ruler of your fifth house, right? Like you want to do all the intimate things, getting to know someone. It doesn't always have to be about sex, but you want to get to know someone intimately, and yet you're not really comfortable with it. Or because Venus is in conjunction to Neptune, in your chart, it's actually closer to Neptune than it is Mercury, but you do have a Scorpio stellium in your chart. But because Venus is in such close connection to Neptune, you might even like fantasize about what you want in a relationship or in a partner. But then once the reality comes into play, either you can't get intimate in that way, whether it is talking, whether it is, once you're living with them, once you're spending a lot of time with them in some way, shape, or form, once they're getting to see the parts of you that you don't necessarily want anyone else to see, right? The parts of you that you want to keep secret, because Scorpio is very, very private, very stoic, and you do have that stellium there. So there's this discomfort already when it comes to dating and passion and the things like fun things that come with romance. But then when we talk about the ruler of your seventh house, that's Saturn. So you happen to have Saturn in Aquarius in the eighth house, which is, first of all, Saturn is comfortable in Aquarius because that's the sign that it rules. It's the Lord of. But the eighth house is typically a Scorpio house. And so we're coming back to that flavor of Venus and Scorpio, or the Scorpio stellium that you have. Now, another thing about your Saturn is that it's in conjunction to the South Node, which means that relationships, partnerships, and marriage this is a pretty big deal for you because it's attached to your purpose in this life. You probably often feel alone. You probably do have some issues when it comes to, intimacy, or at least you probably did in early life. Now, as you mature, as you get to understand and live life a little bit more, that's going to change, right? Like you understand more what you need, what other people need, that type of thing. But your purpose in this life specifically is for you to learn like a little bit of self-sufficiency or independence, right? Like I know that you probably have periods where you feel really lonely. You want to get intimate, and yet you're not really. You need to find a way to become more comfortable with just yourself, with your own opinions, with your own. What is it that you yourself find joy in, because you happen to have your North Node in Leo, and Leo is a sign of joy and creativity and passion and all of the things that the fifth house rules. But remember, your fifth house is ruled by Libra, which means Venus, and your Venus is not comfortable in Scorpio. And so, all the things that are fifth house related, you're not really comfortable with, and that's by design, because our North Node, we are not meant to be comfortable pursuing our North Node. This is a lesson that we're meant to learn in this lifetime, and it takes us out of our comfort zone, which means in your previous life, you probably did have to work really hard at being intimate with other people. Or even like in your younger days, you probably did have to work really hard at intimacy with other people. But you don't have to do that anymore in this life. Like that's not your purpose in this life. Your purpose in this life is to learn to be intimate with yourself, or learn to be comfortable with yourself and the things that bring you joy first. Then if you are patient, right, because Saturn is all about patience, because it restricts that, also because Saturn is so comfortable in Aquarius, you're comfortable with other people, you're comfortable with your friends, right? So if you're patient, more than likely you will find your person, right? And it comes after getting to know exactly what it is that you need, probably after spiritual pursuit, because you happen to have the ruler of your seventh house in the eighth house. That could mean that you might meet your spouse in situations that could be considered taboo in some way, because the eighth house centers around intimacy, death, inheritance, taxes, debts, investments, other people's money or joint resources, the support that you receive from other people, but also the occult, spiritual issues, astrology, things like that, right? So it could be that you meet your spouse in one of those, especially if you're trying to heal your Venus in Scorpio, right? You're trying to get to the past the toxic, fearful, uncomfortable aspect of Venus and Scorpio, where you actually get comfortable in that intimacy. And, that's when it's easier for you to find your partner, right? So at this point, what I want to do is I want to answer your question. Your further question was, was it the right decision? And we, you asked specifically about, oh, I forgot. I gotta grab one card real quick. just to put it in the middle because this specific deck is a different one. So I can look at this two ways, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at it from your perspective. Just because, I mean, I could look at it from like what the other person, what's going on around the other person and whether or not what, you leaving was a good idea. But I think I want to do this from your perspective. So we're going to actually put your card in the middle. Let me change my screen again. Okay, so we're going to put your card in the middle of our little table here, and then we're going to pull a few more cards. So this is a different deck. There's a different way of reading it. I'll explain as we go along. We have the song Vegas from Shabuzi. You might want to Google the lyrics. Okay. So this card in the middle represents you. These two cards here represent what's happening right now in your current situation. And these two cards here on this side represents the immediate future. And these two cards here represent the recent past. So your question was it a good idea for you to leave this person? Let's look at where you are right now. So with this one, you've got the Sun card, which is, it's always like a happy card. You can just look at it, right? Also, another thing that I want to point out, you have majority red, meaning diamonds and hearts here, which is all positive. So the overall answer to your question is yes, it was a good idea. And so when you have the diamonds, you've got the majority diamonds when you're looking at the red cards, right? So the diamonds talk about your accomplishments, your money, the work that you put in. The hearts talk about emotional issues. And then you've got two spades over here. So the spades are neutral, but there are blocks to whatever's going on. So there was a block in your recent past, and there's one coming up in your immediate future. But let's talk about where you are right now. So you've got the sun coming over top of you. So I would say you're very clear, like clear-minded, clear in what it is that you want, where you're going. It says the sun near to the person signifies happiness and popularity. So you're very happy, very popular. There's no snakes nearby, so we don't need to read the rest of that little message that's there. What's underneath you is the scythe. So this talks about what do you have control over, because it's underneath you, right? So what is it that you have control over? Your disappointment. It's not near the coffin, so we can't read the other aspect of this little message that's here on the side, but you have control over your disappointment. You have control over your happiness, right? So we're going to put these two cards like this to cover you in this, because I want you to be able to see these. This is where you are right now, all right? So if you're disappointed about something, try to let that go, number one, again, because that's what you have control over. But let's look at the recent past. So you have the eye. It says that there's been great interest taken by your friends. It is a little bit distant, but not as distant. So I would say maybe there is someone who's a little bit interested in you, but maybe they're not sure, right? And then you have the letter, which says it's a sign of good tidings, right? It's a good, like someone has like their eye on you, but it's probably from your friend group, recent past. Like maybe you just recently met them. Maybe they've had good things to say about you. When it says when it is touching the person card, it brings unexpected good fortune. So you might even get some good news that has to do with your money or the work that you've been putting in or your accomplishments in some way. just because the diamonds are so prevalent in this particular reading. Um, it could make you very happy, right? But I think I think just the way that this is sitting, right? Also with your question, this might mean that there is someone that you met recently, either in a friends group or someone that maybe you've had your eye on, that maybe they've had their eye on you as well. And you might, like, maybe you heard some good news or you heard from them recently, or there was something like that that got you hopeful, is the way that I want to say that. It got you hopeful, right? Like maybe someone that you might be interested in might be interested in you as well. Um, so you have number 19 here on the right hand side of you. You're number 18, the female, right? It says this card represents the lady whose fortune is being told. Then we have number 19. This card represents the gentleman whose fortune is being told. So very interesting. Again, that confirms what I was saying over here about how there might be someone that either maybe you might have been a little bit interested in, or there's some sort of mutual something going on here. It might be good news or something that makes you feel hopeful, or you might be happy about it in some way. It could be connected to a friend group. We have the song Fallen from Imagine Dragons. And so next to the man, we have the mouse card. And so it says the mouse denotes loss by theft. If it's nearby, it denotes recovery after great difficulty, but distant, the loss will be irretrievable. So very interesting, because it's not really distant, but it's not really nearby. So, but it is nearby this dude right here. Let's get some let's get some clarification about that. What is this? I'm going to put some cards here and here around him, just because I want to see what is this loss about around him. Okay, another 6. We got the 6 of spades, and now this one is the number 6. Okay, and look at, here's the 6 of clubs. Also, I want to point out you've got 2 more spades, so there's more blockages. So first of all, one blockage, the first blockage in the recent past might have been that you didn't know whether or not this person was interested in you or not, but you might get good news that they are. The blockage in the future might be that this person is dealing with some sort of loss, right? The coffin foretells acute illness or loss of property when near the person. So maybe they've lost some sort of property, because I was asking specifically what kind of loss we're talking about. So maybe they've lost money or property, and that's something that, like, it's a difficulty for them, and it's also a difficulty that they have control over, because this is sitting underneath him. So the lightning denotes surprise, and the disagreeableness of the surprise is in accordance to the distance. Oh, interesting. You have the song Different Kind of Beautiful from Alec Benjamin. So the surprise is probably some sort of good surprise, but there's a difficulty. He's having some difficulty. He's struggling with something. But there's some sort of, it's not necessarily all that negative. Like, he has control over the shock, I would say. What's on his mind is another block. So it says the shepherd indicates an intense love of life and strong fellow feeling. And then in the recent past, we have the broken glass, foretelling ill luck for long years if near, but distant but if distant, it's death of a friend. So in the recent past, they probably had a lot of bad luck financially. Um, and I think this card down here is talking about he has control over whether or not, like that, what he has control over. He's probably struggling still a little bit with his finances, but maybe it's not as bad because it's closer to him than further away. And it does say that the distance makes the card more disagreeable, right? Um, and then on the bottom of the deck, we have the anchor denotes successful ventures in business and love. So it's looking for specific cards. We do have card 29 here. There was a breach of trust. So there was a breach of trust, and that could be why there's suspicion over here. But again, I think that's a block to the relationship because, like, maybe this person has had some sort of financial difficulties, and what they are struggling to control that now, like their finances now, and you need to be patient. Again, because we were talking about what's going on in your chart in terms of relationships, right? And another thing that's very interesting to me with the cards that are coming out is that your Saturn is in the 8th house, which, means that you might meet this person in certain circumstances that are taboo, meaning, or at certain times that are of life that are taboo, right? Like maybe they're already married, or, maybe they're in debt or something, like maybe their spouse just died or something like that. Like they've lost money, like this one's coming through. So that makes sense. I think you just need to be patient. There's a lot of 6s coming through too, I noticed. And so 6s are the number of love and money. And then you've got 8s. 44 adds up to 8 with 8, 8. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that here. Thank you, everybody who came out to watch the video. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good night. If you like this, you can go to my Hypesy page to sign up for any future videos that I do. You can share the video if you want. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel to get notifications, or follow me on Facebook. All right, guys, bye.